Oh,
So
77, they lost it.
Well, they lost it for the Parkway,
They lost it to 77.
but if you know, the Parkway goes over 77,
Yes.
okay? His house apparently was on the upper side, the Fancy Gap side of the Parkway, uphill, towards Hillsville. But it's a whole big cut now down to 77, so the land was up with the Parkway. It had this big cut as it goes underneath the Parkway. He said that's where the house actually was. And I don't know where his dad moved it to. He's just...
They did a lot of house moving in the old days. And I don't understand how they did it, but...
Well, I did some work. There used to be a guy in Galax, everybody knew as Rooster Richards. Lived up above the fire hall, Center Street, I guess. Anyway, I did some work for this guy, Richardson, and he said, yeah, Rooster's my brother. He says, we were all Roosters. There was 5 brothers. And he was either the mayor or the police chief, nickname. He said, oh, the Rooster's coming to town again. There was big roosters, big middle rooster, little and little rooster. And I forget which one Ellis was, but Clayton was the one everybody knew was, Clayton was the only one that stayed around. Well, Ellis went in the Navy, ended up raising in Florida for 35 years, and then retired back to here. And their family business was moving houses. He said they moved houses all over the place. He said one time, he said Clayton one time, when his first time driving, he was driving a truck down. Where he was going to get the house and load it and stuff. He didn't know how to work the brakes, and the brakes went out on it. And they could see his eyes like this, so man, they all took off. They had a big pile of timbers that they stack up, pieces that they'd stack up to
Raise it and stuff, yeah.
But he said another time, they're coming in through Galax, and they got a big truck, and they're pulling his house. Well, it's coming through, it's just clearing everything. He said the new deputy came running out. You can't do that. You can't take that through. You're gonna need a permit. You can't drive it through right up Main Street. So he said, I guess there's 2 or 3 of them. He said, feel like fishing? They just turned the truck off, got their fishing rods out, and walked down to the creek and spent an hour down there fishing. He said after a while the police chief came down and said, catching anything? And just talked to him for a little bit. He says, would you move the truck? They just lived right in Main Street.
I like those stories.
And I guess the chief had a talk with the deputy.
Well, how was the jam Sunday?
It was okay.
Dan and Dot were down in the Happy Valley.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
I remember, I think they said they're hitting 5 in a row.
Yeah, let's see. Rockbridge
3 weeks ago.
Weekend.
Oh, okay. Freeze, they came to the breezeway from Freeze, they didn't go home yet.
Yeah.
And then the next one, they came Laurel Brewery, didn't go home yet, came to the breezeway. So this one is Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
You say the next one's Rockbridge?
Rockbridge.
I don't know if we'll see the
And
next
then
one.
the last one is Papa
I
John's.
don't know if they're going to that. Are they going to that? I'm not sure.
What's the name of that? Is it Jamioki or?
Shinoki or?
No,
Oh,
is it?
Papa John is at Chautauqua.
What was it?
It's
Chautauqua was with them. They had that Chautauqua Festival.
yeah, but it's the same
Oh, okay.
movement.
Oh, okay.
But it came from Chautauqua, New York.
New York, okay. There's something like Jamioki campground or something. It's down in North Carolina somewhere that does
Have you
something.
heard of that?
I can't remember
Have
what.
you heard of that, Tom?
What?
Jamio.
I don't think the name's quite like. And I'm thinking it was like more bluegrass players.
Yeah, Chautauqua doesn't sound right to me either.
Well, it's in Silkhope, North Carolina.
Right.
You going
I don't know.
kind of far is it for your car, not for you, but for your car.
Yeah, my parents get old, unlike me. Yeah.
It's downhill though, going.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
right.
big part of it.
It's south of Burlington.
I might be thinking of
And Pittsburgh.
It's a nice one.
It's
I'd like
spread
to
out.
go.
It's spread out and
If I can go out, I'm gonna try.
It's not a big festival.
It's a good size. I mean,
It's
it's
not-
The old time is not big
right.
as far as attendance. The big one is about 3 weeks later in the fall. And that's
thousands. That's
thousands,
thousands.
4,000 or 5,000 people. But it's not, it's all kinds of music.
Yeah, right.
now, this one I'm thinking of is,
But Hoppy John's,
Something like Houston Fest, the one that I did.
well, no, it's not a bluegrass festival. I don't know how to describe it. I've never been to it, so I don't know how to describe it. But
Folk, is it?
they have
It
like
was
rock and
everything,
roll, folk,
rock and, yeah.
old time, bluegrass, everything mixed together. But I like it better. The Hoppy John, we went there last year, and it's not overwhelming. It's nice. It's kind of mellow. It's a nice place too. It's an old farm they fixed up.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Down in the Buffaloes is a group, not a musical group, but they live there.
Oh, really?
They do?
Yeah,
Huh? I remember that. Played it.
they got a bunch of old dead buses.
Yeah, they're kind of a successor of Richie Stearns, the Horseflies.
Horseflies.
They're kind of an outgrowth of the Horseflies. Remember them?
No.
You remember the Horseflies?
maybe the name.
Richie Stearns. That was when the Stalls were really rocking.
Over here, Galax.
Yeah. Richie Stearns, or Mount Airy, or wherever they.
Yeah, those stalls do. Yeah, down in Buffalo always used to have a bus at Mount Airy. I mean, maybe she did Galax, I just didn't know, but big, old Class A up there.
And who's she?
Down in the Buffalo.
Janet Bachman, the music center, relayed, I don't think she was on law enforcement at the time. The first Floyd Fest that's up off the Parkway, it was a week or two ahead of Galax.
Yeah, it's around the last weekend, it's around the last weekend in July.
It's a whole mix of music. And the first
Yeah.
one, Donna and the Buffalo came, they were one of the big featured bands, and they were late because big bus, big windows, and they drive up. I don't know if they came on Parkway or what, but of course it's Parkway. Is it on Parkway land or adjoining?
No,
Did you
it's
get through
adjoining.
it?
You can sometimes see part of it from the Parkway, I think.
Well, the Rangers apparently, the Parkway Rangers were helping with the traffic. Because I don't know if it crosses the Parkway, but they're helping with traffic.
Yeah.
And here the big bus drives it. They're smoking a big old marijuana.
Joy.
Doogie, he said a big one. Big windows. So, of course. And I don't know if they arrested him or what, but.
That was
They
serious.
stopped them?
That was
They stopped.
serious in those days.
Well, they said we can't look it down. I mean, they can't ignore it, they have to. So that's why they were late. Had to write them up. Well, I don't know, how many years has that been going? Because that's 20 years maybe.
Gone with Buffalo?
No, I meant the Floyd Fest.
Oh, I don't know.
I went first in 2007, and it was not new then. Very basic.
This is another one where they have a little everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and you pay a
expensive,
lot
too.
of money.
That's what I heard.
You pay a lot
Yeah.
of money. And you have to camp, you have, your car is remote from the campground, so you have to haul everything, which I wasn't prepared for. But you had to haul, put things on a bus and then they took it off and put it on a golf cart.
Oh, they have shuttle service?
They have shuttle.
Let's play something.
Yeah, you wanna play something?
Loving a new fiddle?
I am. You need glasses to see that thing, huh?
I'm okay so far.
Yeah, good for you. Hmm?
See, before that, I had a horse, quarter horse. Used to do, we had money for weights. So we take feed buckets or water buckets, pull that at arm's length. And it worked because now I can hold a book way out here and read it.
I used to be able to do that.
I got a whole bunch of them.
As they say, my arms got for short.
I got those dollar glasses and the clocks and the, is that okay? What's up?
diner dinner.
Hmm?
Shakedown or diner dinner.
What was that joke you told about? When a fiddle player raises their leg, that means to stop. When a dog raises this leg, it means to
go.
start.
Good go. Yeah, I don't see any dogs here, so.
Always said is you're putting the brakes on. So what signal did they have before they had cars? To stop.
I don't know, station.
Well-
Because the brakes was illegal
Right,
on a wagon, it was illegal.
Right, that's right.
I don't know who started the levy, but always, if some people ask about it, I say, well, that's you're putting the brakes on. So then the next question would be, well, okay, so what was the signal before they had brakes? Foot brakes.
Well, maybe that's how they came around with foot brakes, is that was the signal. Before they had brakes, and then, oh, well, we'll use that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think Detroit had that much on it.
I want to yell out one more time or
Yeah.
something.
What's then the other, let's see, what is it?
Crush it.
What did hurricanes sound like before they had trains, freight trains? You know, it sounded like a freight train, that big storm coming over, you know? And what did hurricanes tear up before they had trailer parks? Actually, I had a fellow new here who grew up in Homestead, Florida. Andrew
Yeah.
came through there.
Uh-huh.
And he saw Dan on TV up here. He saw Dan Rather stand in this. He says, "That's my street.
Oh, really?
That's where I grew up." And he said it was just gone. So he got a chance to go down and visit sometime after that. And he said, "Here's the street." And he says, "This side it was just flat. He was over here." And he said, "What it was a family. His dad, it was Italians, dad and 2 or 3 sons, and they started at the bottom. They dig the footer, they'd lay the block, they'd build a house, and they build it just right, and then they'd sell it, and then they'd build the next one, and they'd build the next one, and they'd build the next one." He said all these houses might be a broken window from a 2x4, from something, but across the street they had this company came, they just these houses just flew up,
Yeah.
Jiffy built, and he says. So the Dan Rather stood here, and the camera was here facing that way. If you'd have turned around the other way,
It would have been
No,
just everyday scene.
right.
Yeah, what's
Well,
the big
that's
deal then?
Habitat houses have stood in areas
Yeah.
where everything else around them is like,
Well, they build in,
Build them.
acreage and,
but they're
good construction.
yeah.
Well, let's play the
Can't hear
Chinese
you
breakdown. Do we always
Yeah.
used to be a putting
Oh.
Japanese notes in or something? When I take off on one of my orders.
You usually do it 1 and 1, don't you? Chinese breakdown.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thanks for asking, I think so. I play a little different the way he plays the piano. I guess everybody does.
played when he's younger, and then the banjo went under the bed, raised a family, and then years later, a guy came in and started Folk Life Center, found out he used to play, so we got him playing again. So he had to do the memory thing, remember this stuff after
Oh, yeah.
20, 30-year gap or more. And he could only remember half of Chinese breakdown. He couldn't remember that, you know, that upper part.
Right.
So I played it 20 years and didn't know the other half of it.
Oh, really?
And then, you know, actually in the 80s, I don't remember people playing it much.
I remember the first year I came to Galax, I heard it.
What year was that?
84. And person who said, you came out this way and you're gonna learn that tune, you're gonna play that one. Because it resonated with Porky Pig, you know, Looney Tunes and
Oh, did it?
all the stuff that.
I used almost entirely classical.
Yeah.
That's how we appreciated the Lone Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those tunes that you know it by the tempo more than the tune.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the Lone Ranger take his trash? To the dump, to the dump dump.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the tempo.
That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah. That's okay, that's okay. Well now, rag, no. Oh, it's a G tune, Walking in My Sleep. Melvin and Dewey put something different in it. They just have,
Do they? So depending on who you're playing with,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
different.
yeah.
Different chord or just a note?
I guess it's a chord actually.
Yeah, because that makes a difference. Like I improvise, so
Yeah.
as long as you're playing the right chord, within the right
Right,
chord,
right,
then
yeah.
it doesn't really matter. But if I were to improvise a different chord, that would,
It's a minor or something.
yeah.
When guitar players start talking, they lose me real quick. Well, that's got a minor in it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care much for that kind of thing either. Although I started off in guitar, so I'm very aware of the chords, but most of these songs you can play without minors. Even if they're supposed to have a minor.